Hi, this is Mitch Randall in Dallas, Texas, at the Fellowship Southwest Compassion and Justice Conference. We're here with Jeremy Everett. Jeremy is Executive Director for the Collaborative on Hunger and Poverty at the University of Baylor. So we're excited to have you here with Good Faith Media. Thanks for the presentation today at the conference. And first of all, Jeremy, we just want to know more about the Collaborative. Tell us a little bit about your work.
Yeah. Well, first of all, kudos to you all. You all are doing great work, and you're telling great stories, and hiring great people. And so we're grateful for the work that you do. Very grateful for the work of Fellowship of the Southwest. They are bringing together communities and organizations and congregations to address food security, to address, of course, what we're seeing on the border, to name a few issues. And so we're glad to be able to be a part of this today. And so the Baylor Collaborative on Hunger and Poverty exists to cultivate scalable solutions to end hunger. And we do so by combining research with public policy and practice, because we know that if we want to cultivate scalable solutions to end hunger, we're going to have to be knowledgeable about why people are food insecure. We're going to have proximity to the problem, and then we're going to have to work with Congress in a bipartisan capacity to be able to make it so.
Jeremy, in your presentation, you talked about one very interesting kind of multi-level problem when the issue of food scarcity arises, and that is how underemployment is contributing to food scarcity across America. So, can you talk a little bit more about how that contributes to food scarcity?
Yeah. Underemployment is oftentimes the most presenting issue that we see in terms of food insecurity in the United States. So underemployment simply means that you're not making enough money to be able to cover all of your costs. If you make $7.25 an hour, which is the federal minimum wage for in most of our states that are represented here today, have that federal minimum wage. If you make $7.25 an hour and you're able to get 40 hours of work a week, 52 weeks out of the year, which we know most people are not able to do, you're still bringing home less than $15,000 a year. So households are not able to provide all of their needs and cover all of their costs with that little income. So in a place like Waco, where I live, or certainly Dallas or Houston or Norman, that's not enough money to be able to cover rent or childcare costs or medical costs. And so what people end up doing is they make trade-offs. They decide, I'm going to have to decide each month, what am I going to pay for? If they don't pay rent, they get kicked out of their home. If they don't pay their car payment, their car gets repossessed and they can't get back and forth to work. So they end up making food the trade-off towards the end of a pay period. And so parents will forego meals so that their children can eat, or they'll end up having to purchase foods that are of low nutritional quality.
And at the end of your presentation today, you gave three suggestions to people to help combat food scarcity, to really provide the opportunity for people to simply live and be fed. So, can you share those three suggestions real quickly?
Yeah. We want people to be committed to hunger-free community living. And the way to do that is to organize, to utilize, and to advocate. So organize a hunger coalition in your community to bring together the nonprofit sector with faith communities and government organizations and industry leaders to be able to figure out why we have food insecurity and what can we do together to address it that we can't do by ourselves. Second is utilize. We all leave millions of dollars on the table in our federal nutrition programs. These are resources that can help us alleviate hunger in our communities today. We have resources at the ready, and so we need to utilize them to their fullest capacity. And then the third is advocate. If we hope to participate in bending the world towards justice, it's going to require us advocating for people who are food insecure, who are underemployed, who are experiencing the realities of structural racism on a daily basis. If we advocate, then we stand a chance. But we have to be of single-mindedness and single purpose to be able to be successful. And so I hope that Christians will choose to make this a mantle for them.
We certainly appreciate all the work that you and the collaborative do. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good Faith Media in Dallas, Texas. There's always more to tell.